Yeah, I see the
You see
faces.
everybody. Okay, good. That's great.
I see
Thank you.
some people. Yeah.
Good. Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm glad you're all here again today. Thank you so much for joining for today's Daily Antidote of Song. Hello to Aloysius in Massachusetts and Karen in Arizona, Bessie in DC. Hello to Paula. Nice to see you today. Dennis in British Columbia, Dan in Virginia, Kathy in Virginia. Hello, good to see you. Pete in Florida, Annette in California, and Nicola in England. Nice to see you today. Leon in Massachusetts, Lynn in Connecticut. Jane, hello, nice to see you today. Glad you're with us. Adele, hello. Paige, hello. And Busy Graham, Executive Director of Carpe Diem Arts, glad you're here. Sandy, hello, nice to see you. Lisa in Indiana. Bonnie in Idaho, back in your old digs, I see. Sarah in Maryland, DC area, hello. Anne, hello. Marion, hello. Carolyn in Idaho. Susan, hello. Terry, nice to see you, our Washington Rebels board member. Caroline, Steve, Deborah, Sandra, and other folks who are still not video on, hello, and nice to see you all. I'm glad you're all here today. Nico, hello, nice to have you. Okay, and also hello to everybody out on Facebook Live, and especially a shout out to Mary and Tiggs, who both come in every day, Omaha and I think Massachusetts. Great to have you all with us today. If you're new to us, please put your state or your country in the chat so we know where you're coming from. And also, if you're new to us, just a note that we are here every day at noon doing this one song every day. And we've got lots of great artists coming up, lots of great theme weeks. Please just visit our website at revelsinstitute.org to learn more about who's coming up. Or my email is in the chat box. You can email me and I can add you to our daily email list, or just email me and ask questions and I can email you back. So also in the chat box, a donate link. We are definitely encouraging donations to keep this program going. Thanks so much to all of you who have donated, and please keep up the amazing work in helping us keep this running. Thanks to Colin K. Bills, who is running the tech today, and also to Nico Lassudimati, who is in the room also helping with the tech. And today we have a new artist with us. I'm super excited to have Herbert Kinobe, who is originally from Uganda, and he has shared the stage with a lot of greats, Yusu Nadur and Baba Ma and others, whose names you might recognize from the incredible range of music coming out of different areas of Africa. And Kinobe has 10 albums to his name, and I think a new one coming up. Chinobay, we are so excited to be singing with you today. Please tell us a little bit more about what you've got going on and about your song, and we're looking forward to learning it. Everybody, let's welcome Chinobay.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see. Well, I see a lot of faces, but I guess they all see me. Um, so I'm going to teach you a song from my home country, which is point everybody would recognize this song. So it's one of the first song, not one of the first, but music like where I come from is very, it's like the foundation of our childhood while growing up. A lot of kids learn songs, a lot of parents and grandparents sing to kids. So I grew up with my parents and used to go visit my grandparents, and they used to sing me this song. And this is a song that they sing to a lot of, when children have a lot of activity, they are very hyper, they are very happy, they are, yeah, especially after a hot day playing out, with a lot of and a lot of sunshine, eating sugar cane and all these crazy amazing fruits that have very good sugars. So they are very excited, and they come home and it's hard to get them to calm down. And so this is one of the songs that they sing for the kids, and the song is meant to calm a lot of those very happy, wonderful young beings to until they are off. Like, yeah. So and everybody knows the song in Uganda. So I thought I would teach something that a lot of Ugandans would recognize, and if you ever meet any of them, they can sing along with you. So and to be sure that you sent the lyrics, right? Okay, so I'm going to sing through. This is the chorus which I sent, and then so a lot of music is call and response because unfortunately, Yeah, when you travel, you kind of interact in different settings. So at home, we necessarily never have like an audience with a performer. So that almost never happens. Like if one person starts to sing, everybody has to come along. So we all believe that we can sing. And so that's why the music is a lot of call and response. Everybody can make calls, and halfway the song, if someone feels they can make the calls, then they kind of pick it up. And that is really how performance goes. So it's a lot of call and response. But I wanted also to mention that is very kind of, it's a style that how we sing. So the lyrics go, I'll just first of all elaborate the lines on rhythm, and then after that we'll put a melody to it, and after that I'll pick my instrument and then I'll play along. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Mwana wange wesirikire, and then you go mwana wange wesirikire. Again, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire. So I do the call, you do the response, just the same. Mwana wange tokaba, mwana wange tokaba. Mama nadda wesirikire, mama nadda wesirikire. Tata nadda wesirikire, tata nadda wesirikire. So mwana wange means my, beautiful, wonderful, child. Wesirikire means please, be calm, be relaxed, be fine. That's what it means. And then tokaba is like please don't, because when kids, I don't know why, but they always cry when it's time for them to rest. I don't know why they like to cry when it's time to rest. So normally resting would be good, but instead they cry because you want them to rest. And all of us are trying to look for some rest, but kids apparently not. So mama nada means, so the person singing this song is like not a parent. It's like, either grandmom or an aunt or caregiver. So mama nada means your mom will soon be back. And because a lot of the kids, when you say this, they feel like, okay, that's exciting. And they think, when the mom comes back, maybe she will bring a present. Maybe she'll bring something. And so that kind of tends to calm them down. Then tata, so tata means father. Mama means mom in my local language, which is Luganda. Anada means will be back soon. That's basically, so you get the context of the song. Yes, I have to pick up my key here. Mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire. We'll do that again. So I'll do the call, you do the response the same. Mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange tokaba, mwana wange tokaba. Mama nadda wesirikire, mama nadda wesirikire, tata nadda wesirikire, tata nadda wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange tokaba, mwana wange tokaba. Mama nadda wesirikire, mama nadda wesirikire, tata nadda wesirikire, tata nadda wesirikire. So in between you hear me sing other things, all good things, all talking about the same subject. And each time I do the call, so usually, so we grow up in a communal atmosphere. I hope my English is clear enough for everyone to understand. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I speak several languages, so sometimes I want to make sure, moving through accents that people follow, that I'm not speaking to myself. So we grew up in a communal kind of style, where in a town, all kids in the neighborhood play together. And usually when one family or one kid starts to sing the song, after 5 minutes, you can hear tens and hundreds of kids singing. And usually the masses, the more you have the voices, the more you have that kind of atmosphere that is so beautiful. And apparently all these kids all of a sudden were so up and down everywhere. They're just somewhere off the planet, very calm. So yeah, music is powerful. So I'll do it slow. Mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire. I'm taking each line a couple of times so you can memorize it, and then after we'll just be. So when I call, you do the response. Mwana wange tokaba, mwana wange tokaba, mama nada wesirikire, tata nada wesirikire. So your signal is each time I call Mwana wange, that's when you come in. Chena lyako nakuterekeranga, ne chena nywako abange nakuterekeranga abange. Agenda wani, agenda wanize, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange tokaba, mwana wange tokaba, mama nata wesirikire, tata nata wesirikire. Mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange tokaba, mwana wange tokaba, mama nata wesirikire, mama nata wesirikire, tata nata wesirikire. Chena lyako nakuterekeranga, chena nywako abange nakuterekeranga. Agenda wa libani, mwana wange wesirikire, mwana wange wesirikire. All right. Thank you so much. It's
Thank you so much,
oh,
Chinobay.
thank you for inviting me and allowing me to share
Oh my gosh.
something from home. Yeah.
That was so beautiful and so peaceful and so lulling. And I saw some people in the chat saying you were going to put us to sleep with how peaceful and smooth of a song that was. And so at this point, we usually take some questions. Since we're having a little bit of a muting and echo issue, Chinobay, I'm going to mute you just for one moment. And I'm going to read to you some of the questions so that we can take them. I'll get off of the sound and you can be back on again. So there were questions about your kora. I believe it's a kora, and how many strings and what you can tell us about it. And I do want to also read out loud. Greg Lewis chatted that this is another example of how we are all one. Kids everywhere cry when they have to go down for a nap and then again at bedtime. And that's a very great sentiment reminding us that we are actually all of one people. And then there are questions about your instrument. I would like you to tell us about any new CD that you might be working on. And also wanted to say that Nicola, who is in England, said that she, let's see, this whole sing every time moves me to tears for the humanity and the connection that is in it. Very beautiful. Thank you. While I'm scrolling for more questions, Chinobay, can you take the one about your instrument and talk about your upcoming CD? Oops, but you have to unmute yourself. Thank you.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Yeah, thank you everyone. It's really a great honor for me to share this opportunity here. So the instrument I'm playing is the kora. I play several instruments from across the world because I've been to many countries, 76 countries now, counting, and learning music from everywhere. So the kora comes from Mali, which is another country in West Africa. I come from East Africa, in Uganda. Africa is a huge continent with many countries. And so the kora is 21 strings. So I built this one myself. So every instrument I play, actually, I make myself. Yeah. So you'll see many koras, but not many that look like this one because it's kind of a little different. It's 21 strings made with fishing line. And this is it's a gourd, like a calabash. You know, sometimes they get that big, sometimes that big, sometimes that big. The bigger the gourd, the more resonance you have, you know, and it's covered with a cowhide, and you know, this is hardwood, and here you have it's a double kind of layer. You have 10 strings on one side, 10 strings on the other. And maybe later on I'll do a workshop about the playing technique of the kora. But basically you have three parts happening. You have the left thumb playing the bass. You have the right thumb playing the melody. You have the two index fingers doing the improvisation. So you have three parts happening simultaneously. And so you play with just those four fingers when you play the kora. So traditionally the koras are made different with rings. The rings are made from cowhide. So you have to push up or push down the ring if you need to put up the tension. Mine has all these, you know, kind of tuning pegs, which I put on because I play with a lot of classical, jazz, gypsy, everything musicians, and I need to adjust, you know, scales very quickly. And so this is more like a traditional instruments kind of built in a modern style. My new album is a little bit different. It's featuring musicians from 35 countries around the world. And it's an album that I've been working on for 3 years to represent how I feel as a person, as a global citizen, and especially for the love and unity that I want to bring to the world. And so I chose to work on an album that compels my journey and telling the stories from all around the world, because every country has many stories. Unfortunately, the media and the public focuses on one specific story, which is usually very negative. So with music, we can tell the stories of culture, art, and humanity, and love, and joy, and everything, fashion, food, everything. So, and the album is featuring members of the wonderful band called the Snacky Puppy, which is so from Argentina, from Spain, from one artist from Canada, several from Africa. So that will be coming out. And we'll share information with you maybe in January. Yeah.
Thank you, Chinobay. So yes, in fact, oops, I'm going to try and mute you again. Hang on one second. Get that echo. There we go. So in fact, I've already invited Chinobay when his album is ready that we can have a little mini CD release party in here, whether we have a couple of songs one day or a couple of songs on a couple of different days. But we are really excited to hear your sound, your new sound, and the new directions you're taking. So for the last question, before I ask you to just give us that chorus one more time so that we can sing along. You mentioned that you speak a lot of different languages. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And the language that you said you were speaking, did you say it's Luwanga? I didn't, yeah. Can you tell us that one? Hang on.
Thank you. So the song that we all just learned is in a language known as Luganda, just like the country Uganda with an L before the U. So Luganda, very easy. And so that's my mother tongue. And that's Uganda. In Uganda, we have 55 languages in Uganda alone. You have all these different tribes for many reasons, but so that's one of the main languages, and that's my mother tongue as well. So the song is in Luganda, which is one of the main languages in Uganda from the central part. But I speak, 5 different languages, and I hear many other languages, French and Bambara, and because so I traveled when I was 9 years old to Europe to perform for my first concert. And I've been to 75 countries now, meeting musicians every day. And so music was the first language I spoke, and that language allowed me to actually learn different languages. I believe I'm still learning more languages. When I can travel again, hopefully next year, I will be able to, to bring, because I feel music communicates a lot more than anything, and every language has got music, and through music you can be able to learn words in a language. Like now you all know something in Luganda. If you come to Uganda, I promise you when you come back to wherever you are, your Luganda will be much much better. Yeah.
Thanks, Chinobay. That's beautiful. So we'd love to sing with you one more time before we say bye to everybody. And a huge thanks again for being here with us today. Also, Dennis Donnelly in British Columbia is waving a little hello to you in the chat box, because I believe he performed before live. And if there's anybody else in the chat box who wants to say anything to Chinobay, please go ahead and stick a message in, and we'll send it to him after the concert. Thanks so much.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Yeah, it's I didn't know Dennis was on here because there's a lot of faces to see. Yeah, Dennis is from British Columbia. Invited me a couple of times in Victoria to work with Getting Higher Choir. This is about more than 10 years ago, almost. And I one of my favorite, moments as an artist. Performing is great, but interacting with people is just amazing. To hear people from another whole continent singing songs that your community has grown up singing is just a beautiful image. So yeah, thank you so much, Dennis. It's great to see you. I'm sorry I didn't recognize because there's too many. They look like a puzzle on here. Yeah. All right. So we'll get the chorus going. Yeah. And any information about the instruments, so if you go on my website, not today but next week, there's a page called Education. There you can find information about the instruments, what they are, what they sound like, playing techniques if you want to learn, and everything is, I try to give as much as possible. So Mwana wange Wesirikire, Mwana wange Wesirikire, Mwana wange tukaba, Mwana wange tukaba, Mama nata Wesirikire, Mama nada Wesirikire, Tata nada Wesirikire, Tata nata wesirikire Mwana wange wesirikire Chinali akabo nakuterekeranga nechenanywako wange nakuterekeranga oluganda bali wabo nebakungiriba mwana wange wesirikire mwana wange wesirikire mwana wange tokaba mwana wange tokaba mama nata wesirikire mama nata wesirikire netata nata wesirikire tata nata wesirikire mwana wange wesirikire. All right. Thank you, all wonderful people.
Thank you, Chinobay. Let's all
You're
give
very
Chinobay
welcome.
another big round of applause. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. We can't wait to sing with you again. Thanks for joining us in here today.
Likewise.
Everybody remember that you can watch that again and again and again on our Facebook Live page. It's archived there, so if everybody else needs to hear it for the rest of the day in their ear, you can find it there. And if you know anyone who needs a bit of peace or a bit of soothing or some help sleeping, please send them the link to the Facebook Live so that they can join us in the experience of having all that beauty in our heads and our hearts and our ears all day. Thank you again, Chinobay, and thanks to everybody in the room, and thanks to everybody on Facebook Live, and thanks for joining us. Goodbye for now. Colin, you can go ahead and turn Facebook off. Thank you. And everybody in here, goodbye. Goodbye to Karen and Betsy and Dennis and Dan and Kathy and Pete and Annette. Thanks so much, guys, for being here. Goodbye to Dion and Lynn. Goodbye to Adele and Anne and Sarah. Thanks, guys, for being here. Bonnie, goodbye. Marion, thank you for being here. Carolyn and Susan.